Hey guys, Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch, and hey, it's getting that time of year. Look at that. Plants are starting to droop a little bit. It's going to be 90s today. Wonderful. Love that heat. Well, come on over here. The idea here is if I flew in to pick up a motorhome. Now, TSA doesn't let me take knives and all kinds of things like that. So the idea is I flew in. What tools and parts am I going to need to pretty much handle something that may go wrong? Because remember, we're riding on a log going downhill. We really don't know what we've got. We've got to be reasonably prepared. All right. So follow with me. First of all, got to have a selection of rags and crying rags and grease rags and things to lay on. First thing you get. By the way, at the bottom of this is the invoice for all of these things. And these are things that need to stay in the coach all the time, anytime. You say, well, I've got some tools at home. Yeah, you do, but they're at home. You need these tools with you pretty much all the time. Okay, the first thing is almost like Christmas. I get to open up packages. Is a 130-piece Pittsburgh, of course. That's Harbor Freight's finest. Pittsburgh tool set. And of course, I've got to have something to cut the tool set open. Hang on. By the way, you need a knife. If you're going to get a knife, get a replaceable blade knife. This thing was like $4. I'm going to get into here, see what we've got. Yeah, thank you. All right, so we've got basically a tool set. Now, they're not the best tools, but let me tell you, man, when you're down and out and you need a tool, you don't care what it's made out of. You need that tool. And a set like this was like $39, covers just about all the basic stuff that you're going to need. And you'll be surprised. You'll need some doodad, and you don't have it, and it would cost you a bunch of money to try to get that thing squared away. So having a tool set like this is a good deal. All right. So we got this. Packs up small, very nice. Next thing you want is a set of booster cables. You don't know when it's going to be needed. It comes in a nice pack. Packs up real small. The bag, probably the first time you use it, you'll throw the bag away, but you'll never get it back in there. Next thing, because we have a rear air ride suspension, you need to have a second way to put air in your rear suspension, because if you don't, you can't move. Now this is $74 at Harbor Freight. Even comes in its own little travel bag. There it is. Almost looks like a Viair. Trust me, it's not. But if it gets you out of the hole one time, it's done its job. Okay? Stick it right back in the bag. Hopefully, we will not use this at all, because I'm putting in a new compressor in the system. So theoretically, this is not going to be needed, but you always must have a backup in your air ride. And this black bag right here is your backup. Next thing you're going to need, you need to get the coach off the ground. You need an 8-ton bottle jack. You need some jack stands. Now these are 3-ton. Normally at a shop, I want the larger ones, the 6 tons. But these pack down real small, real easy to put away. And with 2 jack stands, it's got a really cool little lock in here too. I like the new ones. It's got a lock on the jack stand. When you lock it in, you push the pin in. It's very nice. So you need these 2 things. Now, we want to get it off the ground. Hang on 1 second. Stay right here with me. One of the things I left in the truck two-ton floor jack. Now, a 2-ton floor jack will not, I repeat, will not pick up the coach, but it will hold it for you to reposition the jack stands or the bottle jack. An 8-ton bottle jack will pick it up. Now, I mean, if you want to spend a little bit more money and get a 3,500-pound jack, I would feel a lot better about it. But this jack will do just fine. Again, we're not trying to pick the coach up. We're just trying to get it up off the ground. Oh, assembly required. So you need one of these. Now, how do you get the lug nuts off? This is a impact drive 1/2-inch deep well socket set. Now you're only going to need one. And you're only going to need 1 breaker to get each lug nut. It's going to take a while. It's not a ratchet. It's not any of that. This is a bare minimum that you need. You're going to need 1 1/4, I believe, or 1 1/8. But you've got all the way down to 7/16. If you really need to break something loose, there you are. You can do it. You need a, they call it heavy duty pry bar, but a pry bar. Okay, tighten belts, what have you. Again, a knife, pair of crimpers, crimp tool. Now, yeah, these are knockoffs. These are not what you call real nice Kleins, but any port in a storm, anywhere that you can get in there and crimp a wire, cut a wire, strip it back, that's what you need. And these aren't too bad. Harbor Freight again. You need a set. It's unfortunate. These were like $25 or something. But this is a set of line wrenches. If you have to do any brake line repair or any fittings or any airline fittings, you want to use line wrenches. And a set of line wrenches goes a long way to help everything out. Cheapest light I could find, $2.48 with the batteries. And here it is, guys, $6 meter, and it even comes with its own battery. I couldn't believe it. You need this if you want me to talk to you, if you have electrical problems. Don't need a meter. Okay. Decent hammer. There was a small hammer in that tool set, but that just kind of irritate the nail. This is something that you're going to have to find. This is fire extinguisher, fire suppression, countermeasures if there's a problem. Even if it's just a bucket of water sitting there ready to go, you need some kind of protection. These were Firefight SS20s that I sold for a dozen years. I happen to have a few, so I'm going to throw this in. Along with this, tools, a jumper wire, 3-foot long piece of wire to jump things. Okay, this stuff will pack up pretty easy down underneath the sofa. I call that the basement. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to the coach, and I'm going to use only these tools. We're going to change the air compressor. I'm going to pull off the alternator because we're going to have it modified to a 1-wire alternator. All right, so this is for today. These are the tools you need. Look below, you'll see the receipt. If you can put it together yourself, wonderful. But if you fly in, they're not going to let, the TSA is not going to let you walk in with this. You know what I'm saying? So you'll need to buy this. Look, I hope this was helpful. Please hit like and share and all that stuff. This is going to be a great road trip. We're going to be leaving, looks like next week sometime, heading to Oakton, Virginia. Come with us. We'll see you then.